The morning mist hung heavy over Westminster as Sergeant Major James Richardson adjusted his red tunic one final time. 23 years of service had taught him that some days would test everything he believed about duty, honor, and sacrifice. Today would become one of those days that would define not just his career, but the very essence of what it meant to serve the crown. As he stood at attention outside Kensington Palace, Richardson had no idea that within hours a terrorist threat would emerge that would push him and his fellow guardsmen beyond every limit they had ever known. The world was about to witness something extraordinary, not just the courage of the Royal Guard, but their unwavering dedication to two people who had captured the hearts of a nation, Princess Catherine and Prince William. This is the true story of how ordinary men, bound by extraordinary duty, would stand against impossible odds. It's a tale of split-second decisions, personal sacrifice, and the kind of loyalty that goes far beyond what any job description could ever contain. In the next 5 accounts, you'll discover how these brave guardsmen didn't just protect royalty, they protected the very future of the British monarchy itself. What happened that autumn day would forever change how Britain viewed its royal guard, transforming them from ceremonial figures into the heroes they had always been, hidden beneath those famous red coats and bearskin hats. The autumn leaves danced in the crisp London air as Sergeant Major James Richardson began his morning inspection at Kensington Palace. It was October 15, 2019, and everything seemed perfectly normal. The tourists gathered outside the gates, cameras ready, hoping to catch a glimpse of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Richardson had been through this routine thousands of times, but today felt different somehow. Richardson had joined the Grenadier Guards at 18, fresh out of school with dreams of serving his country. Now at 41, he commanded respect from both his men and the royal household staff. His weathered hands bore the scars of deployments in Afghanistan and Iraq, yet his devotion to the crown remained as strong as the day he first put on the uniform. The morning briefing had mentioned increased security concerns across London. Intelligence reports suggested possible terrorist activities, but nothing specific. Richardson assigned his men to their positions with extra care, making sure each guard understood the importance of staying alert. Lance Corporal Michael Davies, fresh-faced at 22, took his position near the main entrance. Corporal Sarah Thompson, one of the first female guards at the palace, stood ready at the side gate. Princess Catherine emerged from the palace around 10 in the morning, dressed elegantly in a navy blue coat, preparing for a charity visit to a local children's hospital. She had always treated the guards with genuine warmth, often asking about their families and remembering personal details that touched their hearts. Today, she paused to speak with Richardson. "Good morning, Sergeant Major. How is your daughter doing at university?" she asked, with a smile that could light up the gloomiest London day. "Very well, Your Royal Highness. She's studying medicine, following in her mother's footsteps," Richardson replied, maintaining his professional stance while appreciating her genuine interest. Prince William joined his wife moments later, reviewing his schedule with his private secretary. The couple planned to visit the hospital together, then attend a reception for military veterans in the evening. William had served in the military himself and understood the dedication required from the men and women who protected his family. As the royal couple prepared to leave, Richardson noticed something unusual. A delivery van had been parked across the street for over an hour, its driver nowhere to be seen. Years of training had taught him to trust his instincts. He quietly radioed his concerns to palace security, requesting a discreet investigation of the vehicle. The guards maintained their positions as Catherine and William's motorcade prepared to depart. Richardson felt an odd tension in the air, like the calm before a storm. His hand instinctively moved closer to his radio as he scanned the crowd of well-wishers and tourists. Lance Corporal Davies reported unusual activity near the palace gates. A man in a dark coat had been walking back and forth for the past 30 minutes, checking his phone repeatedly and appearing increasingly agitated. Davies kept careful watch while maintaining his ceremonial stance. Meanwhile, Corporal Thompson observed a woman with a large bag who seemed more interested in the guard positions than in seeing the royals. The woman had been taking notes and appeared to be mapping the security layout. Thompson discreetly alerted Richardson through their communication system. The intelligence briefing from that morning began making more sense. Richardson realized they might be dealing with a coordinated surveillance operation. He made the difficult decision to delay the royal departure while additional security measures were implemented. Catherine and William, experienced in security protocols, accepted the delay without question. They trusted their protection team completely and understood that their safety depended on following security recommendations. The couple retreated to a secure room within the palace while the situation was assessed. Richardson coordinated with Scotland Yard's Specialist Protection Unit, sharing his observations about the suspicious individuals in the abandoned van. His years of experience in combat zones had taught him to read situations quickly and act decisively. The safety of the royal family was his primary responsibility, and he would not take any chances. The abandoned van became the focus of intense scrutiny. Bomb disposal experts were quietly summoned, while the palace grounds were discreetly cleared of non-essential personnel. The guards remained at their posts, projecting calm professionalism while preparing for any potential threat. As the bomb disposal team approached the van, Richardson felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. Every decision he made could affect the lives of the people he had sworn to protect. The training exercises and theoretical scenarios from his military career had prepared him for this moment, but the reality felt much more intense. The royal couple waited patiently, understanding the gravity of the situation. Catherine spent time reading reports about the children's hospital they were planning to visit, while William reviewed military veteran files for the evening reception. Their calm demeanor helped maintain stability among the staff and security personnel. Richardson's radio crackled with updates from the bomb disposal team. The van appeared to contain suspicious materials, confirming his instincts about the potential threat. His quick thinking and attention to detail had potentially prevented a catastrophic incident. The guards continued their vigilant watch as additional security personnel arrived at the palace. Richardson coordinated the response while ensuring that normal operations continued as smoothly as possible. The last thing anyone wanted was to create panic among the staff or the public. As the afternoon wore on, it became clear that Richardson's actions had uncovered a serious terrorist plot. The suspicious individuals were apprehended, and their plans to target the royal family were thwarted. The professionalism and dedication of the royal guard had once again proven invaluable. Catherine and William were briefed on the situation and expressed their gratitude to Richardson and his team. The princess personally thanked each guard involved in maintaining their security, recognizing their service went far beyond ceremonial duties. The incident remained classified, but within the palace, word spread about the exemplary service of the royal guard. Richardson's leadership and his team's vigilance had prevented what could have been a national tragedy. Their actions demonstrated the true meaning of duty and sacrifice. As evening fell, the royal couple proceeded with their planned engagements, confident in the protection provided by their dedicated guards. Richardson felt proud of his team's performance but remained focused on the ongoing security requirements. The threat had been neutralized, but vigilance could never be relaxed. The day's events would be remembered within security circles as an example of perfect coordination between ceremonial guards and modern security operations. Richardson's ability to balance traditional duties with contemporary threats showcased the evolution of the Royal Guard's role. That night, as Richardson completed his final inspection, he reflected on the day's events. His decision to trust his instincts and take decisive action had protected the future of the monarchy. The responsibility felt heavy, but the satisfaction of duty fulfilled made every moment worthwhile. The guards who had served that day would never forget the experience. They had faced a real threat and responded with courage, professionalism, and unwavering loyalty. Their actions had earned them the respect and gratitude of the people they served, reinforcing the bond between the royal guard and the crown. This was just the beginning of a series of events that would test the limits of their dedication and reveal the true character of the men and women who stand guard over Britain's most precious institutions. The royal guard had proven once again that beneath the ceremonial exterior lay hearts of steel and spirits unbreakable in their commitment to duty. 3 weeks after the thwarted terrorist plot, the royal guard faced an entirely different challenge that would test their adaptability and compassion. Princess Catherine had announced her pregnancy with their third child, and the news had sparked unprecedented public interest and media attention around Kensington Palace. Sergeant Major Richardson found himself managing not just security concerns, but also the delicate balance between public enthusiasm and royal privacy. The crowds outside the palace gates had tripled in size, with well-wishers from around the world gathering to offer congratulations and support to the royal couple. Among the guards, there was genuine excitement about the pregnancy announcement. Many of them had served during Prince George and Princess Charlotte's early years, witnessing firsthand the joy these children brought to the royal household. Richardson himself had a special fondness for the young royals, often sharing stories about his own grandchildren with Prince William. The increased attention brought new security challenges. Corporal Thompson noticed that the crowd dynamics had changed significantly. While most visitors were genuinely celebrating, there were also individuals who seemed to have different motivations for being there. Professional photographers with powerful telephoto lenses positioned themselves in nearby buildings, hoping to capture private moments. Lance Corporal Davies, now more experienced after the October incident, had developed a keen eye for spotting unusual behavior. He observed a group of individuals who appeared to be conducting surveillance rather than celebrating. Their coordinated movements and professional equipment suggested they might be working for tabloid publications seeking exclusive photographs. Richardson decided to implement new protocols to protect the princess's privacy during this sensitive time. He worked closely with palace communications staff to establish clear boundaries for media access while still allowing the public to express their joy and support. The balance was delicate but essential for maintaining the royal family's well-being. Princess Catherine had been experiencing severe morning sickness, a condition that had affected her previous pregnancies as well. The Royal Guard team was briefed on her medical needs and the importance of maintaining a calm, stress-free environment around the palace. They understood that their role extended beyond traditional security to include supporting the family's overall welfare. Prince William showed tremendous concern for his wife's health and comfort. Richardson often observed the prince checking on security arrangements personally, ensuring that everything possible was being done to minimize disruption to Catherine's daily routine. The prince's hands-on approach impressed the guards and strengthened their commitment to excellence. One particularly challenging morning, Catherine fainted while greeting a group of charity representatives in the palace gardens. The incident occurred near where Corporal Thompson was stationed, and her quick thinking proved invaluable. Thompson immediately called for medical assistance while shielding the princess from public view. The royal medical team responded within minutes, but Thompson's protective instincts had already kicked in. She positioned herself to block photographers' sightlines, while other guards discreetly cleared the area of non-essential personnel. Her actions prevented what could have become media circus around Catherine's medical emergency. Richardson coordinated the response with military precision, ensuring that Catherine received immediate medical attention while maintaining the dignity and privacy the situation required. The guards worked seamlessly together, demonstrating their ability to adapt to any crisis while maintaining their protective responsibilities. Prince William arrived quickly once he was notified of the incident. His gratitude toward the guards was evident as he personally thanked each one involved in protecting his wife's privacy during the vulnerable moment. The prince's recognition meant everything to the team, reinforcing their sense of purpose and dedication. The medical team determined that Catherine's condition was related to her pregnancy complications, but not immediately dangerous. However, the incident highlighted the need for enhanced medical preparedness around the palace. Richardson worked with the medical staff to develop new emergency protocols. As news of Catherine's fainting episode leaked to the media, Richardson faced intense pressure from photographers and reporters seeking additional information. He maintained strict confidentiality while coordinating with palace communications staff to release appropriate updates about the princess's health. The guards found themselves dealing with increasingly aggressive paparazzi who were willing to take extraordinary measures to capture photographs of Catherine during her vulnerable period. Richardson had to balance public access with privacy protection, often making split-second decisions about crowd control and media management. Corporal Thompson emerged as a particularly valuable team member during this period. Her ability to anticipate Catherine's needs and provide discreet support earned recognition from both the princess and the palace staff. Thompson's dedication demonstrated how the Royal Guard role had evolved to include personal care alongside security duties. Lance Corporal Davies discovered that some photographers were using drones to attempt aerial photography of the palace grounds. This new technological threat required innovative countermeasures, and Richardson worked with technical specialists to develop anti-drone protocols while maintaining the palace's traditional aesthetic. The guards also had to manage international media attention, as news organizations from around the world sent reporters to cover Catherine's pregnancy. Richardson found himself coordinating with diplomatic security services to manage foreign press credentials and access requests. Throughout these challenges, Princess Catherine continued to express appreciation for the guards' dedication. Despite her health difficulties, she made time to acknowledge their service and inquire about their families. Her genuine care for their well-being created a mutual respect that strengthened the protective bond. Prince William took an active role in security planning, drawing on his military experience to suggest improvements to existing protocols. His collaboration with Richardson and the Guard team created a partnership based on mutual respect and shared commitment to family protection. The pregnancy announcement had also brought an increase in gift deliveries and correspondence from the public. The guards had to implement new screening procedures for packages and letters, working with postal security specialists to ensure nothing dangerous reached the royal family. As Catherine's pregnancy progressed, the guards adapted their routines to accommodate her changing needs. They learned to recognize signs of her morning sickness episodes and positioned themselves to provide immediate assistance when needed. Their attention to detail made a significant difference in her daily comfort. The media attention during this period was unlike anything Richardson had experienced in his career. The global fascination with the royal pregnancy created constant pressure, but the guards maintained their professionalism and protective instincts throughout the challenging weeks. One evening, as Richardson completed his rounds, Prince William approached him privately to discuss the ongoing security concerns. The conversation revealed the prince's deep appreciation for the guards' adaptability and their ability to protect his family's privacy during such a public time. The guards' performance during Catherine's pregnancy challenges established new standards for royal protection services. Their ability to combine traditional ceremonial duties with modern security needs while providing compassionate personal support, Richardson realized that his team was writing a new chapter in Royal Guard history. They were proving that honor, duty, and service could adapt to contemporary challenges while maintaining the timeless values that had always defined their mission. The respect they earned during this period would become the foundation for even greater challenges ahead. The pregnancy period taught the guards valuable lessons about the human side of their protective duties. They learned that true service meant understanding not just security threats, but also the emotional and physical needs of the people they served. This understanding would prove crucial in the trials that lay ahead. The winter of 2020 brought unprecedented challenges as the global pandemic reached British shores. Sergeant Major Richardson found himself navigating uncharted territory as COVID-19 restrictions transformed every aspect of royal protection duties. The Royal Guard had faced many threats throughout history, but an invisible enemy that could spread through the air presented entirely new complexities. Kensington Palace became a fortress of health protocols almost overnight. Richardson worked tirelessly with medical advisors to develop safety measures that would protect both the royal family and his guard team. The traditional formations and ceremonial duties had to be reimagined to accommodate social distancing requirements. Princess Catherine, now in her second trimester, was considered especially vulnerable to the virus. Her pregnancy complications made any illness potentially dangerous, adding another layer of concern to the already heightened security protocols. The guards understood that their role now included protecting against biological threats, as well as traditional security risks. Prince William took charge of family safety planning with characteristic determination. He worked closely with Richardson to ensure that every guard understood the new health protocols and their critical importance. The prince's military background helped him appreciate the discipline required to maintain these new standards consistently. Corporal Thompson volunteered for additional medical training to better support Catherine during the pandemic. She learned about pregnancy-related health risks and COVID-19 symptoms, becoming an informal medical liaison between the guards and the royal medical team. Her dedication exemplified the guards' commitment to comprehensive protection. The pandemic forced cancellation of most public engagements, but it also created new opportunities for the royal couple to connect with the nation. Richardson coordinated security for virtual events and video calls, ensuring that technology didn't create new vulnerabilities. The guards had to learn about cybersecurity alongside their traditional skills. Lance Corporal Davies discovered his talent for managing the complex logistics of contactless operations. He developed systems for safely handling deliveries, mail, and essential supplies while maintaining quarantine protocols. His innovations helped keep the palace running smoothly during the most challenging period in recent memory. The guards themselves faced personal challenges as the pandemic affected their families and communities. Richardson made sure that any guard showing symptoms could isolate safely without fear of losing their position. The welfare of his team became as important as their protective duties. Catherine's virtual engagements with schools and hospitals required new security considerations. Richardson worked with technical specialists to ensure that video connections were secure and couldn't be intercepted by hostile actors. The digital age had created threats that previous generations of guards never had to consider. The isolation protocols meant that the guards spent more time at the palace than ever before. Richardson established rotating schedules that allowed for extended duty periods while ensuring that no one became overwhelmed by the stress of constant vigilance. Team morale became a critical factor in maintaining effectiveness. Prince William began including the guards in family video calls with his children, who were staying at their country residence for safety. These moments of human connection helped maintain the personal bond between the guards and the royal family that had always been essential to their service. The pandemic also brought out the best in public spirit, with many people sending letters of support and encouragement to the royal family. The guards had to process thousands of pieces of correspondence while maintaining health safety protocols. Richardson organized volunteer sorting teams from among the palace staff. As spring arrived, Catherine's pregnancy progressed successfully despite the challenging circumstances. The guards had created such effective health protocols that she remained healthy and able to continue some modified duties. Their success in protecting her during this vulnerable time earned recognition from medical professionals. The economic impact of the pandemic affected many Guard families, as spouses lost jobs and children's schooling was disrupted. Richardson advocated successfully for additional support services, demonstrating that the Royal Guard's commitment to service extended to caring for their own members during difficult times. Virtual reality technology was introduced to maintain ceremonial training while observing social distancing. The Guards adapted to practicing their traditional drills in new ways, proving their ability to preserve centuries-old traditions even under extraordinary circumstances. Richardson marveled at his team's flexibility and determination. Corporal Thompson organized outdoor exercise sessions for Catherine, working with medical advisors to design safe routines that would support her pregnancy health. These sessions had to be carefully secured while maintaining health protocols, creating complex logistical challenges that the Guards managed with typical professionalism. The Guards also had to manage increased domestic security as Prince William and Catherine spent more time at home with their children. Child safety became an even greater priority, requiring modifications to traditional security arrangements. Richardson developed new protocols specifically designed for family-focused protection. International travel restrictions meant that royal duties became more focused on domestic issues. The Guards coordinated with local authorities across Britain as the royal couple conducted virtual visits with communities affected by the pandemic. Their role expanded to include community liaison responsibilities. As summer approached, the Guards had successfully maintained a COVID-free environment around the royal family for months. Their achievement was particularly remarkable given the high transmission rates in London and the essential nature of royal duties that couldn't be completely suspended. The pandemic period revealed new depths to the Guards' dedication. They had proven capable of adapting to any challenge while maintaining the highest standards of service. Richardson felt proud of his team's resilience and innovation during the most difficult period of his career. Princess Catherine personally thanked each Guard for their extraordinary efforts during her pregnancy and the pandemic. She recognized that their protection had gone far beyond traditional duties to include health advocacy and family support. Her gratitude reinforced their commitment to service excellence. The Guard's success in managing pandemic protocols while maintaining royal duties attracted attention from security services worldwide. Richardson found himself sharing expertise with international colleagues who were struggling to balance health safety with protection responsibilities. Prince William announced his intention to recognize the Guard's exceptional service during the pandemic with special commendations. He understood that their adaptability and dedication had made the difference between successful crisis management and potential tragedy. The recognition would be well-deserved acknowledgement of their professional evolution. As the pandemic's impact began to stabilize, Richardson reflected on how his team had grown stronger through adversity. They had proven that the Royal Guard could meet any challenge while maintaining their core values of honor, duty, and service. The experience had prepared them for whatever future challenges might arise. The pandemic period had also strengthened the bond between the Guards and the royal family. Shared challenges had created mutual respect and understanding that would endure long after the health crisis passed. Richardson knew that this foundation would be essential for the trials that still lay ahead. The Guards had earned national respect for their role in protecting the royal family during the pandemic. Their success had demonstrated that traditional values of service and dedication remained relevant in modern challenges. They had proven themselves worthy of the trust placed in them by the Crown and the British people. As Princess Catherine's pregnancy reached its final stages, the Guards prepared for the culminating challenge of ensuring safe delivery during pandemic conditions. Their months of preparation and protocol development would soon be tested in the most important moments of their service. Everything they had learned and accomplished was leading to this crucial responsibility. The birth of Prince Louis in April 2020, during the height of the pandemic, represented the ultimate test of everything the Royal Guard had learned about protection, adaptation, and service. Sergeant Major Richardson had spent weeks planning every detail of the hospital security arrangements, working with medical staff to ensure the safest possible environment for Catherine and the new prince. The Lindo wing at St. Mary's Hospital had become a fortress of health protocols and security measures. Richardson coordinated with hospital administrators to create sterile zones that would protect the royal family while allowing medical staff to perform their duties effectively. The complexity of managing pandemic safety alongside royal security created unprecedented challenges. Corporal Thompson had volunteered for special assignment during the birth, working directly with the medical team to provide security liaison services. Her months of health protocol training made her invaluable in bridging the gap between medical needs and security requirements. She had become an expert in managing both types of protection simultaneously. Prince William's anxiety about Catherine's health during the pandemic-complicated pregnancy was visible to all the guards. Richardson made special efforts to keep the prince informed about every security measure, helping to ease his concerns by demonstrating the thoroughness of their preparations. The personal relationship between the prince and the guards had never been more important. The media attention surrounding the royal birth during the pandemic was intense but managed differently due to health restrictions. Richardson had to coordinate press access while maintaining social distancing requirements, creating viewing areas that satisfied media needs without compromising safety protocols. His diplomatic skills proved as valuable as his security expertise. Lance Corporal Davies managed the complex logistics of hospital access during lockdown conditions. Every person entering the secure area required health screening, security clearance, and coordination with multiple agencies. His organizational abilities ensured smooth operations during the most stressful period of the protection assignment. The guards had prepared contingency plans for every possible complication, including emergency evacuation procedures if Catherine's health deteriorated. Richardson's military experience in crisis planning proved invaluable as he developed scenarios that balanced medical needs with security requirements. No detail was overlooked in their preparations. Catherine's labor began in the early morning hours, triggering the carefully planned security protocols. Richardson coordinated with hospital security, Metropolitan Police, and Palace Communications to ensure that everything proceeded smoothly. The months of preparation were finally being put to the ultimate test. The guards maintained their protective perimeter around the hospital wing, while medical staff worked inside. Their presence provided both security and emotional support to Prince William, who had developed deep trust in their abilities over the years of service. The personal bond between protector and protected had never been more evident. Corporal Thompson's role as medical security liaison proved crucial when unexpected complications arose during Catherine's labor. Her ability to communicate effectively with both medical staff and security personnel ensured that additional resources were deployed quickly without compromising anyone's safety. Her specialized training made all the difference. The birth of Prince Louis at 11:01 a.m. marked a moment of joy that transcended all the challenges of the previous months. Richardson felt immense pride as he coordinated the announcement protocols while ensuring the continued security of the new royal family member. The guards' months of preparation had resulted in a perfect success. Prince William's gratitude toward the guards was overwhelming as he first held his new son. He personally thanked each team member, recognizing that their dedication had made possible a safe and joyful birth during the most challenging circumstances. The prince's emotional response moved even the most experienced guards. The public announcement of Prince Louis's birth created immediate celebration across Britain and around the world. Richardson managed the media protocols while maintaining the security bubble around the royal family. The positive news provided a bright moment during the dark period of the pandemic, and the guards felt proud of their role in protecting this source of national joy. Catherine's recovery proceeded smoothly, thanks to the comprehensive health protocols the guards had helped implement. Their attention to infection control and security had created an environment where both mother and baby could thrive safely. The medical staff praised the guards' professionalism and preparation. The traditional photo opportunity outside the hospital required extensive modification due to pandemic conditions. Richardson coordinated with press representatives to create safe distancing while allowing the public to see the new prince. The guards' adaptability ensured that important traditions could continue even under extraordinary circumstances. The guards' success in protecting the royal birth during the pandemic attracted international recognition. Security services from other countries studied their methods for balancing health safety with royal protection duties. Richardson found himself sharing expertise with colleagues worldwide who faced similar challenges. Prince Louis's safe arrival marked the beginning of new responsibilities for the Royal Guard. They now had 3 young royals to protect, each with different needs and vulnerabilities. Richardson began planning security adaptations that would accommodate the growing royal family while maintaining their standards of excellence. The pandemic had tested every aspect of the Guard's abilities, from health protocol management to family protection services. Their success during Catherine's pregnancy and Prince Louis's birth proved that they could adapt to any challenge while maintaining their core mission of royal protection. The Guard's personal investment in the royal family's welfare had grown stronger through the shared challenges of the pandemic period. They had witnessed the family's resilience and mutual support, creating bonds of respect and affection that went far beyond professional duty. This connection would prove essential in future challenges. Richardson received official recognition for his leadership during the pandemic period, but he credited his entire team for the successful protection of the royal family during their most vulnerable time. The guards had proven themselves capable of extraordinary service under pressure while maintaining their traditional values. The birth of Prince Louis also marked a turning point in public perception of the Royal Guard. Their visible dedication during the pandemic had earned widespread admiration from the British people, who recognized that these guards provided much more than ceremonial value. They had become genuine heroes in the public eye. As the royal family prepared to leave the hospital with their new son, Richardson coordinated the secure transport back to Kensington Palace. The guards had prepared special safety measures for the journey, ensuring that Prince Louis's first trip would be as safe as his birth had been. Every detail received careful attention. The successful completion of the birth protection assignment marked a high point in Richardson's career. He had led his team through unprecedented challenges while achieving perfect success in their most important mission. The guards had proven themselves worthy of the trust placed in them by the royal family and the nation. Corporal Thompson's exceptional performance during the birth assignment earned her promotion and recognition as a specialist in medical security liaison. Her innovative approach to combining health protocols with protection duties had created new standards for Royal Guard service. She had pioneered a new aspect of their traditional mission. Lance Corporal Davies's logistical expertise during the hospital operations led to his assignment to special projects planning. His ability to manage complex operations under pressure had impressed his superiors and opened new career opportunities. The guards were advancing professionally as well as personally through their exceptional service. The birth of Prince Louis during the pandemic would be remembered as a defining moment for the Royal Guard. They had successfully protected the royal family during their most vulnerable and precious moments while adapting to extraordinary circumstances. Their service had honored the finest traditions while creating new standards for excellence. As the royal family returned to Kensington Palace with their new son, Richardson felt deep satisfaction in his team's achievements. They had protected 3 generations of the royal family while navigating the most challenging period in modern history. The guards had proven themselves equal to any test that duty might require. 2 years later, in the spring of 2022, the Royal Guard faced their most defining challenge when Princess Catherine was diagnosed with cancer. Sergeant Major Richardson received the devastating news during a private briefing with Prince William, and the weight of responsibility felt heavier than anything he had experienced in his 25-year career. The diagnosis was kept strictly confidential while Catherine underwent initial testing and treatment planning. Richardson understood that protecting the princess now meant more than guarding against external threats. It meant creating an environment where she could focus on healing while maintaining her strength for her family and her royal duties. Prince William's anguish was evident to everyone around him, but he drew remarkable strength from the dedication of the Royal Guard team. Richardson had seen the prince through many challenges, but nothing had prepared either of them for this personal battle that would test every aspect of the protective relationship. Catherine's courage in facing her diagnosis inspired everyone around her, including the guards who had served her for years. She insisted on maintaining as normal a routine as possible for her children while undergoing treatment. This determination created new challenges for the guards, who had to balance increased security with the family's need for normalcy. Corporal Thompson, now a sergeant herself, took on special responsibilities for Catherine's medical security. She coordinated with oncologists, security specialists, and palace staff to ensure that treatment appointments remained confidential while providing maximum protection. Her experience during the pandemic proved invaluable in managing complex health-related security protocols. The guards developed an entirely new level of discretion and sensitivity in their duties. They learned to recognize the physical and emotional impacts of cancer treatment, adjusting their service to provide support without intrusion. Their traditional training had not prepared them for this type of protective care, but they adapted with characteristic dedication. Lance Corporal Davies, now promoted to corporal, managed the increased complexity of family schedules as Catherine balanced treatment with royal responsibilities. He coordinated with medical appointments, children's activities, and official duties while maintaining the security bubble that protected the family's privacy during this difficult time. Richardson found himself serving as more than a security chief. He became a trusted advisor to Prince William on matters of family protection and public communication. The prince relied heavily on Richardson's judgment about when and how to manage public appearances while protecting Catherine's health and dignity. The children's needs became even more central to security planning as Catherine underwent treatment. The guards worked to maintain stable, loving environments at home and school while protecting them from media speculation about their mother's condition. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis needed security that felt like care rather than surveillance. Catherine's decision to continue selected royal duties during her treatment required careful medical and security coordination. Richardson worked with her medical team to identify which engagements would be manageable and which should be postponed or modified. Every decision prioritized her health while respecting her commitment to service. The Guards' emotional investment in Catherine's welfare had grown over years of service, and her illness affected them deeply. Richardson provided support to his team members while ensuring that their personal feelings enhanced rather than compromised their professional effectiveness. The balance between emotional connection and professional duty had never been more delicate. Prince William's strength throughout Catherine's treatment inspired everyone around him. He managed his own royal duties while supporting his wife and maintaining stability for their children. The Guards witnessed his remarkable resilience and drew inspiration from his example of grace under pressure. The media speculation about Catherine's reduced public appearances created additional security challenges. Richardson had to manage increased photographer surveillance while protecting medical privacy. The Guards developed new techniques for discreet movement and private transport that would serve the family well beyond this crisis. Catherine's medical team praised the Guards' professionalism in managing security while respecting medical needs. The collaboration between security and healthcare professionals had reached new levels of effectiveness, creating models that would benefit other high-profile patients facing similar challenges. The Guards also provided emotional support to the household staff, who were struggling with worry about Catherine's condition. Richardson organized counseling services and stress management resources, recognizing that the entire palace community needed care during this difficult period. Leadership meant caring for everyone under his protection. As Catherine's treatment progressed successfully, the Guards adapted their duties to support her recovery. They learned about post-treatment care requirements and modified their protective protocols to accommodate her changing needs. Their flexibility and dedication made a significant difference in her healing process. The public eventually learned of Catherine's diagnosis when she chose to share her story in a personal video message. Richardson coordinated security for the filming and distribution of this deeply personal communication. The Guards' role in protecting her vulnerability while enabling her strength became evident to the world. The response to Catherine's cancer announcement was overwhelmingly supportive, but it also created new security concerns as public sympathy attracted unwanted attention from various groups. Richardson managed increased correspondence, gift deliveries, and visitor requests while maintaining the protective environment Catherine needed for her recovery. Prince William's public statements about his family's journey through cancer treatment highlighted the importance of the support they had received from their protection team. His acknowledgement of the Guards' exceptional service during this personal crisis brought them national recognition and respect. The Guards' performance during Catherine's illness established new standards for personal protection during health crises. They had proven capable of providing security, healthcare coordination, family support, and emotional stability while maintaining absolute discretion about private medical information. Sergeant Thompson's expertise in medical security coordination earned her assignment to develop new protocols for protecting high-profile individuals during health emergencies. Her work would benefit not only the royal family, but also other public figures who needed comprehensive protection during vulnerable periods. Corporal Davies's skill in managing complex family logistics during Catherine's treatment led to his promotion and assignment to specialized family protection planning. His ability to coordinate multiple competing priorities while maintaining security had proven invaluable during the most challenging period in recent royal history. Richardson received the Royal Victorian Order in recognition of his exceptional leadership during Catherine's illness. The honor acknowledged not just his security expertise, but his compassionate leadership that had held the entire protection team together during their most difficult assignment. Catherine's successful completion of treatment marked a triumph not just for her and her family, but for everyone who had supported them through the journey. The Guards felt deep satisfaction in knowing that their service had contributed to her recovery and the family's resilience through the crisis. The experience of protecting the royal family through Catherine's cancer treatment had transformed the Guards in profound ways. They had learned that true protection meant caring for every aspect of the people they served, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Their service had become a calling rather than simply a job. As Catherine returned to full public duties, the Guards maintained the deeper understanding of service they had developed during her illness. They had proven themselves capable of extraordinary dedication during the most personal and challenging circumstances. Their loyalty had been tested and found unbreakable. The bond between the Royal Guard and the Prince and Princess of Wales had been forged stronger through shared adversity. They had faced the ultimate test together and emerged with mutual respect, affection, and trust that would endure for the rest of their lives. The Guards had truly earned Britain's respect through their unwavering dedication to service. Richardson looked back on his career with deep satisfaction, knowing that he and his team had served with honor during the most challenging and meaningful period in modern royal history. They had protected not just the crown, but the heart of a family that represented hope and stability for millions of people around the world. Their service had made a difference that would be remembered forever.